Samsung Innovation Awards, in association with the Foundation for Innovation and Technology Transfer at IIT Delhi, brought together the finest talent from IIT Delhi, Bombay, Kanpur and Roorkee. Students were invited to present their innovations. From prototypes to beta versions, ideas were sought across multiple stages of development. 10 teams of young innovators made their way to New Delhi, where they met an eminent jury comprising of Dr. Anil Wali, the Managing Director of FITT at IIT Delhi, Professor Ramchandran Kadiru from IIT Mumbai, Priyanka Garg, Joint Managing Director of Advanced Vault, and Dipesh Shah, the VP of Mobile Communications at Samsung. The team from IIT Mumbai presented Drishti. The team proposed an innovation of universal eyeglasses using a turnable focus lens system and an intelligence module which would correct the errors in the glasses without human intervention. These glasses could be shared by people with different eye powers.
Most of the students in IIT wear eyeglasses, so we thought, why don't build something that will be more, we used to use each other's, even each other's clothes. Why don't we use each other's spectacles? So this is one of the crisp ideas. So we will be having a tunable spectacles.
Kirti and Karan from IIT Kanpur presented Agroid, an application for Android mobile phones that helps users access intelligence about the farming sector through mobiles that may not have internet access.
Our idea, Agroid, is basically a device for the agricultural experts, which they can serve the farmers who are under them, who work with them, who actually take their guidance in a better way. So we have whole content manual, say a Wikipedia kind of stuff on mobile phone for serving them better.
Right, so all the agricultural content, that's videos, audio, images and text, they're all present on the device itself. So when you need to access the content, you don't actually need an internet connection.
Ashay Tejwani from IIT Mumbai presented his idea of Hand-PIC'd, a gesture-based controller that aims to provide spatial coordinates and tilts to many devices, making it a controller for devices such as mouse and robotic arms.
This is my product. It's our first prototype. It can be used to control your mouse. So what we do is basically we're making a generic gesture-based controller. So you can use it to control any device you want, and you don't have to spend time in learning the controls to be able to actually enjoy the application. The idea was basically we started off by looking at Pranav Mistri's work in Sixth Sense, and we want to create an alternative to it which is not dependent on the ambient conditions of lighting and other things.
The team from IIT Delhi, Devashish and Utkash, presented their web idea, Zumble. Zumble.com teams strangers who share common interests so that they can have anonymous, fun-filled yet meaningful chats.
The idea is about creating a platform for stranger chat where we actually build user identity without actually getting real data from the users. And also we build up the profile depending upon your view of others and others' view of you. So so you want to chat with a person named Zoro. You chat with him and he gives you some tags like geeky or sporty. And there is a perception of your identity called avatar that evolves with that. Okay, my basic idea is that.
And one important thing for that is that we match people on the basis of interests. So if you have common interests, you would be matched with a person who has the same interests as you. And beyond that, as I said, the real importance is that we want to remove the profanity involved, and for that we're creating these authentic but anonymous user profiles.
Anurag and Pranay from IIT Kanpur showcased ClassArt, computationally light audio-based semantics analysis tool, a software that helps identify specific sounds from an audio recording, a feature that could find use in security purposes.
Our innovation is called ClassArt, and basically it's an audio-based context and event recognition system. So for example, like you are standing in this place and a lot of things are going around, like birds are chirping, we are talking, things like that are happening. So ours is, it's very easy for a human being to trace these things and know about these things. Like
this is a God gift for us. I mean, our ears are intelligent, we have brains. But the thing is that a mobile or a computer, it's not easy for it to do this thing. So what we are developing is that we have a product which, when records an audio, it tries to detect what happens in the audio. It tries to detect the events and recognize the context. Suppose you are standing in a market, or you are in a railway station, or you are in a park. So our system would try to find out where you are, what the context is, and what are the things happening in it. Are the birds chirping? Is a dog barking? Is someone shouting? Is someone singing? So that's it.
Looking to reduce emission pollutants were the team of Keshav and Keshav from IIT Roorkee.
It's a product that controls the emission of the automobiles. It works with the algae. It's a simple process. As your plants photosynthesize under the sun, it will also photosynthesize and absorb the CO2, release O2. And it works like that. It controls the environment of the whole exhaust to algae to grow it in. The whole design is...
We need to put an algae treatment cell in the path of exhaust so that it can interact with, and by the process of photosynthesis, the carbon dioxide and the nitrogen oxides are fixed.
Demonstrating the possibility of decoding brain signals to control a robo-manipulator were Paras, Puneet and Ashay from IIT Delhi.
What we are trying to address is, there are a lot of people in India and other parts of the world who are spinal cord injured. So spinal cord injury is basically like a cut, you've got a cut in your spinal cord, and signals from your brain which try to operate all your motor organs cannot reach them. So that's like a very debilitating type of injury. So a person is like, most of the times he's a quadriplegic, he cannot operate any of his arms. So what we're trying to do here is, we are trying to take signals directly from a person's brain and use them to operate a prosthetic arm. So that is like our final aim.
Ganesh and Pragyanandesh from IIT Kanpur presented Warvis, Virtual Object in Real World Interacting and Sharing, a project aimed at producing an application which enabled intuitive interaction with virtual objects in the real world.
Our project is virtual objects in real world interaction and sharing. What do I mean by a virtual object? Like suppose this simple cube. You can see it in a computer, but can you see it as it is in my hand? What would be an efficient way of doing this? Once I get this, how do I interact with it? I want to rotate with it. I want to share it with my friends. So how do I do this?
So why do you need to develop this?
Actually, there is a lot of need, for example, in teaching methodology to understand the 3D structures and to do CAD modeling, computer-aided design in very much intuitive manner. So in order to do all those tasks, you have to have some kind of intuitive manner to interact with 3D objects. So what will be the most intuitive manner to interact with those? It would be a similar way as we do it in our real life with the real objects. So that's the need.
IIT Delhi's Team Avatar, represented by Ankit and Rohit, sought to revolutionize TV watching with their project. They proposed wearable measurement units that can help create 3D models of matches, making TV viewing more exciting.
Well, the name of the team is IIM Avatar, and IIM is basically small sensing units that can be attached, like something like this, to the human body part or any other moving object. And then you can obtain data from the sensors which are here. And the data can then be processed on the computer, and you can apply different algorithms, maybe to recreate the motion or study just how is the motion actually done.
So basically, since once you get the data from these models, then you can actually recreate the motion, how the person was actually walking. There are different walking patterns for each person. You can actually see what the signature was and how the person was looking. There are different applications of it, like gait analysis and in medical. So these are certain applications that our project finds.
And the final innovation to be presented was a hardware mitigator to protect servers from malicious attacks. This innovation was developed by Prajit from IIT Mumbai.
Hand is actually a network bridge which mitigates attacks from clients towards a web server. So it is actually you can consider it as a sandwich. So it is sandwiched between the web server and the internet. So any malicious requests which are coming from the internet are filtered out by my Hand and then given to the web server.